Hello, Blitz fans of all ages, it's me, Plumcastle here with some more leaks for World of Tanks Blitz. Now, real quick here, I want to make fun of Wargaming's editing skills just a little bit, because if you can see here, we've got a bunch of Cromwell bees falling from the sky. Nothing out of the ordinary, but take a special note of this little tree in the foreground. So if we go ahead and play for about a second and then pause right there, you can see it still looks pretty normal, except for that little Cromwell bee. That's supposed to be in the background, but is falling in front of the tree that is very close to us. I thought that was funny. You can clearly see they just took a clip of Cromwell's, placed it over this image, but still, I mean, it's pretty funny, and I got a bit of a kick out of it. Now on to the leaks. Now, of course, why are Cromwell bees falling from the sky? Well, because Wargaming can, and because there is actually an event for the Cromwell bee, which if we go ahead and pause right here, you can see some of the rewards that will be coming down the line. Let's see if I can just skip this a little tiny bit so you can get a better idea. A little too much. So there is, of course, options to get premium accounts, some credits as you're going to see in a second, some free XP, and then some tanker research for, certificates from tier 7 to tier 10. And this event goes for 10 levels. So on the 10th level is just the tier 10 certificate, but on level 9 the main reward of this event is the Cromwell bee. Now the Cromwell bee is very good to anyone who doesn't know. Great gun depression. During this event I should probably do a review on the Cromwell bee. I'll do my best to do that, but it's just a really good, solid, and very, very fun tier 6 premium medium tank. So yeah, it's a very good tank. They don't really show a whole lot of it here. It's just kind of you're driving the tank around. Now, there's actually a second part to this little event, and that is these Masteries, as you can probably guess. So you can see there's a Mastery above the tank, and if we put a quick pause on the video right here, you can see that there are different things you can do with these Masteries. So, of course, there's the top rewards. And then for 2 Masteries, you get a camouflage, which looks like it might be pretty cool just looking at the certificate. Of course, we don't know until we can actually see it on the tank, but after that, 2 Masteries will get you one of these tier 5 containers, and then a 4 Mastery will give you another tier 5 container. So you can see that you can actually get a few interesting things, and I believe there is a guaranteed tier 5 in here. So if this is free to play bit, well, I mean, it looks free to play, but that would actually be really cool. Now, of course, I don't know if this is just a Mastery in any tank. I have a feeling that it's Masteries in the Cromwell bee, which can be a little bit difficult, as you might be able to guess, because it's a very good tank and a lot of people play it very well. But at least we have the option to try to grind this, and I will try to get one of the crates. Who knows if I'll make it, but I will definitely try. Moving on from this event, as soon as this goes by, you can actually see there's a second event here for the Skoda T45. Now on the bottom there, you can see there's those currencies. I have no idea how we're going to get them, but it's probably either going to be an event based on winning games or doing damage or something, you know, the way these events typically go. Now you can see we got a premium account. Boosters. On level 3, we get 10 5 times XP multipliers. This is nuts, especially for anyone who is free to play. A few more boring boosters, and then of course at level 6 we have the Skoda T45. I don't know how easy the event will be, but yeah, I'm going to guess, considering the fact that it's a tier 7, it's probably not going to be the easiest on the planet, but we'll just have to wait and see. And now moving on to quite possibly the weirdest thing I've ever seen Wargaming do. So the event itself here, which we will look at, actually looks pretty good. Now I doubt, highly doubt, that this is free to play even a little bit. Just the rewards that are in here. If it is free to play, Wargaming, you have done a fantastic job. So we got 20 gold boosters, and then 2 5 times multipliers, and then 10 more 5 times multipliers, and then 50 gold here, 3 days of premium account, 2 garage slots. Moving forward, there's another one of those tier 5 tanks, 100 gold, another garage slot, camo, this anime cat ear girl avatar, and then some camo, another 25 times multipliers. Like, wow, Wargaming must really want everyone to have a tier 10. Some more gold, and 2,000 gold. That is why I think this event is not free to play. There's no way Wargaming would just give you 2,000 gold for free. I mean, maybe, but it's not likely. So what I'm thinking is the case here is that the bottom path may be free to play, but then the top path almost certainly will not be. Again, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see here. You can see there's that little horn. I imagine that's something you exchange for free XP. Basically stuff that nobody cares about. And then another tier 10 tank research and what looks like a camo box. Now, here comes the weirdest part of the event. Wargaming. Anime does not fit in World of Tanks Blitz. I do not get it. They did this with a Chinese New Year thing. I mean, like, why? I mean, it does not look appealing whatsoever. It just looks awkward. I have no idea. Anyway, moving past that monstrosity, we are now moving to something that looks way more interesting, and that is a special Waffenträger. So, I previously thought in a previous leak video that Wargaming did that this was a special camo. It's not. It's much like the 50 TP prototype that we got in clan missions. You can see at the bottom we have, I don't remember what the reward's called, but you have to play in a platoon, and I believe they'll require you to go with a clanmate, and then you each have to get 2 kills. And then the other option is to get these crucial contribution where you and your clan platoon mate together combined get 6 kills. So it's definitely clan based. It definitely encourages you to play with your clan. And I actually really like this. And I think it's a really cool idea. Now, there says 63 out of 100. I don't know if you have a limit as to how many of each you can do. Again, you can see the whole base of this thing is that you get ingots of some kind, and then you go all the way up to 1,000, where you will then get the tank. And I want to say I got the 50 TP prototype completely free last time, and I'm hoping that that's the case this time too. Now, it has the very bland name of Tank Destroyer. I have a feeling that that's probably not its actual name, that it's just a filler. But if we take a quick look at the tank itself in the garage, you can see it's like the WT, except it's got the stock gun. So I don't know if this is just a graphical bug, or if they're going to give us a stock WT, which would be kind of silly. But then again, a free tier 9, maybe that's what they're doing. Who knows? Still looks very cool in my opinion. Next we have the, I believe this is the legendary camouflage for the Hellcat. Now, I do not believe this is a battle pass tank that's coming out, simply because it's not PBR. I'm almost certain that this is some sort of special camouflage for the Hellcat. Looks fairly interesting, kind of World War II-esque. After all, it is a World War II game. Now, this right here is the Excalibur. I'm going to guess it's a tier 7. I don't know much about it other than I believe it's supposed to have a 2-shot auto-loading gun. Either way, it looks very weird and interesting, and definitely different than some of the other tanks that we've seen come into the game before, and it is definitely unique. Now, this is the Caliban. I believe it is a tier 10, but don't quote me on that. It definitely looks very interesting. Kind of looks like a more modern camouflage for a tank, if you've ever seen a more modern tank. And then also partially looks kind of post-apocalyptic. Very interesting, and I am curious to see about the statistics on this. But yeah, very interesting tank there. And now moving on, we have, if I remember right, the CDC-45T. So of all of these, it actually has one of the most unique graphical skins or camouflages, because if we take a look here, you can see when it shoots, the gun kind of goes into this pixelated, like some sort of glitch. I don't know. It looks very interesting and unique. I believe this is a tier 10 collector that will be coming in at some point. Very interesting still, and just to see that animation again, if we just rewind, you can see it does that whole like glitch thing. This is really cool. I think that actually looks kind of fun. Now, here is, if I remember right, the M4 Yo. So, you know, we've got the Yo line. Well, now this is a premium tier 8 of the Yo family. Of course, with its special camouflage on, which is kind of, again, somewhat post-apocalyptic, though also like post-outbreak of some kind. Very interesting and very unique. I have never ever seen a camouflage that looks quite like that, and I actually think it looks pretty cool. Now, they're showing the Badger, and there's really only one reason that they would be showing the Badger, and that's to if they're going to sell it, because that's exactly what they do every time they show some random tank that nobody really thinks about. And if I remember right, in update 9.1 they made this thing super OP, so yeah, they're probably going to try to sell it, likely for a high probably crates, but maybe not crates, maybe it's direct sale. Either way, Wargaming is almost certainly going to make some money off of this tank. And lastly, we have some tier 7 premium tanks. So first we've got the Lupus, then we've got the Vulcan, and then the Nameless, and then the Heffen, and then the Edelweiss, which I think is a very interesting name for a tank and is very unique to say the least. And there you go, there's all 5 of them together. And again, same thing with the Badger. I have a feeling the reason Wargaming is showing these is likely because they're going to sell them either separately or all together. I have seen them sold in bundles so many times in pop-up offers. It's actually kind of funny. And what's really ridiculous is that they're not really known for being that OP. They're just weird and different. You can see they look like nothing that you've look like no real tank. They're just awkward. But again, I never really hear of them being OP. Never hear people complaining about them. Running against them, it's no biggie unless you're maybe a tier 6. But overall, I mean, they're there if you want to collect them. But anyway, those are the leaks for what I'm assuming will be the coming month. And I have to say that Blitz has been really stepping up their game in the event part of the scene. I have a feeling this is probably a little something to do with tank companies releasing their game in I think it's August 12th or something like that. So yeah, I would really like to see what Wargaming's reaction is going to be to that. Is it going to be anything, or as part of these events to kind of keep people active in Blitz? Because if they do a good job, I think World of Tanks Blitz can still feel very different to Tank Company and really still keep a large portion of their player base, especially if they start listening to their community, which would be really cool if they start doing that. But anyway, that is the leaks, and so with that, hope y'all enjoyed, and as always, have fun, good luck, and happy tanking.